Some turtles can live longer than your great-grandparents, your grandparents, and you combined. We're talking 150 plus years of turtle ownership commitment. But before you start planning your will around turtle care, let's dive into the shell-shocking reality of what it's actually like to have one of these ancient creatures as a pet. You might think turtles are the perfect low-maintenance pets. Just plop them in a tank, throw in some lettuce, and boom, you're done, right? Wrong. These amazing animals are basically living dinosaurs with incredibly complex needs that would make a rocket scientist scratch their head. First off, let's talk about the jaw-dropping wildlife info that most people don't know. Turtles are escape artists that would put Houdini to shame. They'll spend months plotting their great escape, testing every corner of their enclosure like tiny, shelled prison inmates planning the ultimate breakout. Here's one of those weird animal facts that'll blow your mind. Turtles can actually recognize their owners and even learn their names. They're not just mindless shell dwellers shuffling around aimlessly. These incredible creatures have personalities, preferences, and some serious attitude. Some turtles are social butterflies who love interaction, while others are basically the grumpy old hermits of the animal kingdom who just want to be left alone with their lettuce. But let's get real about the commitment you're signing up for. Remember that whole living longer than you thing? Well, that red-eared slider you're eyeing at the pet store could potentially outlive your children. We're talking about a pet that might need to be passed down through generations like a family heirloom, except this heirloom poops needs daily care and has very specific temperature requirements. Talk about animal kingdom surprises that nobody mentions when you're impulse buying at the pet store. The setup for proper turtle care is where things get expensive fast. These nature trivia champions need more equipment than a NASA space mission. We're talking specialized UV lighting that costs more than your monthly coffee budget, water filtration systems that belong in a chemistry lab, and heating systems that need to maintain precise temperatures. The funny animal behaviors don't seem so funny when you realize your turtle's habitat costs more than some people's cars. Speaking of hilarious animal facts, turtles are basically underwater acrobats when they want to be. They can swim upside down, do barrel rolls, and perform aquatic dance moves that would make synchronized swimmers jealous. But here's the kicker. They're also master manipulators who will give you the saddest puppy dog eyes. Yes, turtles can do puppy dog eyes when they want food, even if they just ate 5 minutes ago. These wild animal moments of manipulation are both adorable and financially dangerous for your wallet. The feeding situation is another adventure entirely. Forget the simple lettuce-only diet myth. Turtles are actually omnivores with surprisingly sophisticated palates. They need a balanced diet that includes proteins, vegetables, and specially formulated turtle pellets. Some species are picky eaters who will turn their noses up at perfectly good food, like their food critics at a 5-star restaurant. Others will eat anything that fits in their mouth, including things that definitely shouldn't be turtle food, like your fingers if you're not careful during feeding time. Here's where turtle ownership gets really interesting. They're messy roommates who make college students look neat. Turtles are basically living garbage disposals who eat and immediately redecorate their tank with the results. The amount of waste these seemingly innocent creatures produce is absolutely mind-boggling. You'll find yourself cleaning their habitat more often than you clean your own living space. And trust me, turtle maintenance is not a glamorous job. The healthcare aspect is another eye-opening reality check. Turtles can't just visit any veterinarian. They need exotic animal specialists who charge premium prices for their reptilian expertise. A simple checkup can cost more than your monthly streaming service subscriptions combined. And when turtles get sick, they're masters at hiding it until the problem becomes serious, making diagnosis and treatment even more complicated and expensive. But here's one of those animals you didn't know about facts. Turtles are incredibly intelligent problem solvers. They can learn routines, navigate mazes, and even figure out how to open simple latches. Some turtle owners report their pets learning to recognize feeding times, responding to their names, and even showing what appears to be affection. These aren't just living decorations. They're complex creatures with cognitive abilities that scientists are still discovering. The space requirements for turtles are another reality check that hits harder than expected. That cute little turtle in the pet store is going to grow and keep growing until it needs an aquarium the size of a small swimming pool. A proper setup for an adult turtle can easily take up an entire room in your house. We're talking about dedicating significant living space to what essentially becomes an indoor pond system. Temperature regulation is where turtle care becomes a science experiment. These ancient creatures need precise basking temperatures, water temperatures, and ambient temperatures that must be maintained 24/7, 365 days a year. Your electricity bill will reflect this commitment to creating the perfect turtle paradise. It's like having a tiny, cold-blooded roommate who insists on keeping the thermostat at very specific settings all year round. The social aspect of turtle ownership is fascinating and heartbreaking at the same time. While some turtles enjoy interaction and seem to develop bonds with their owners, they're not cuddly pets. You can't take them for walks, teach them tricks like dogs, or even handle them frequently without causing stress. It's like having a pet you can observe and care for, but not really play with in the traditional sense. They're living art pieces that happen to need expensive maintenance. Here's the truth bomb that most potential turtle owners aren't prepared for. These incredible creatures require decades of consistent, expensive care, specialized knowledge, and the kind of commitment usually reserved for raising children. They're not starter pets or impulse purchases. They're lifelong commitments that will outlast most other pets, jobs, relationships, and possibly your mortgage. But for the right person with realistic expectations, proper resources, and genuine love for these ancient animals, turtles can be absolutely fascinating companions. Watching them develop personalities, learn routines, and display their surprisingly complex behaviors can be incredibly rewarding. They're living windows into prehistoric times, carrying millions of years of evolutionary wisdom in their shells. So, are turtles good pets? The answer depends entirely on whether you're ready for a commitment that might span multiple decades, significant financial investment, and the responsibility of caring for one of nature's most enduring creatures. They're definitely not good pets for everyone, but for the dedicated few who understand what they're signing up for, they can be amazing companions. Which of these turtle truths surprised you the most? Their incredible intelligence, their century-plus lifespan, or their expensive care requirements? Are you brave enough to take on a pet that might outlive you, or do you think you'll stick with goldfish? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If these shell-shocking facts made you see turtles in a whole new light, smash that like button, share this with anyone considering turtle adoption, and subscribe for more amazing animal truths that'll change how you see the natural world forever.